All right, it's Friday morning. Thank goodness. I have already lost my sunglasses somewhere. I'm not sure where they have got set down, but I was underneath the truck doing some pictures, took them off. They probably got run over at some point already. But we got a good Friday ahead of us. So Maroon truck here is headed to one more step. I did get a chance to go over this truck pretty well this morning. I don't know that we've done a real detailed video on it yet for this channel, but this customer is buying a ton of product from us. And the truck changed hands a few times. You're like, why did it change hands so many times? Well, a big truck on 44s with a 408 stroker motor, you go get your jollies off pretty quick and you go kind of be like, all right, been there, done that. One of the guys that changed hands through changes trucks like he changes underwear. It's a hobby to a lot of guys. It's okay. But this customer was buying everything he could from Daniel and Brian. It's got the steps. It's got the track bar. Of course, you see the Fox shock system. It's got the upgraded crossmember underneath. You know, some of the stuff obviously came from us. Some of it he was purchasing. But I can tell you, proper drive shafts, large amount of lift. It's hard to quote exactly, but we're going to call it somewhere in the 16 to 18 range. 18 wide wheels, 44-inch tires. It's a short bed step side. And it's a stupid, awesome, clean truck. Now, we put off last week, and we're going to put off again this week, putting it up for sale. But so many people have asked about it. So I at least wanted you guys that are just looking to enjoy to be able to see it. Underneath the exhaust itself, I couldn't even imagine what the cost is. I'm going to have my exhaust guy quote it, though, because I love it. One, it sounds amazing. It's got an X crossover pipe. It's got turnouts and cutouts. It's also got, I guess those are Borla-style mufflers. Whatever it's got, it sounds amazing. Now, we all know an LS sounds a little different anyway. This thing is incredible the way it sounds. You got Yukon diff covers, disc brakes in the back. And again, for those that are just looking to learn a little bit about square bodies, this one has a shackle reversal. You'll see it's sitting on no block. They don't make a spring big enough to do this system. They centered it very nicely. A lot of times these trucks get centered a little off. Matter of fact, I think the brown one over there, it's shifted a little bit forward because when you do a shackle reversal, it allows you not to have a block. It allows you not to have a huge spring. In this case, it still has a huge spring, but it does sometimes position the tire and wheel funny. So there's nothing wrong in that case, but this one's centered pretty nice. It hits the fender well really good. The interior's custom. It's got a cowl hood. It's got the wood in the bed. I don't think we've showed that yet, but got some really cool custom seats, custom door panels. Yes, of course, the dome light works and it's LED. It's got the screen for the computer for the fuel injection. It has got the Bluetooth stereo system. It's got upgraded gauges that we also have to calibrate when it goes into the service shop today. Pretty freaking cool. Oh, you know what? I bet those buttons might be for the cutouts.
I was just going to actually have you
That could be it. So we'll figure that out today because we hadn't even messed with that yet. Dual shocks, dual steering stabilizers. Just a really cool build. And of course, Daniel was way on top of this build because he was talking with the original guy building it as he was selling him parts. So he'd sent me pictures and said, hey, they may sell it. They ended up putting it up for sale before I could do anything. Somebody else bought it. Then it changed to the other guy. So a lot of people have followed this truck. It's pretty viral on the internet. Why would it not be? I mean, freaking look at it. It's a big, stocky dude. So we're getting ready to jump in it. We'll do a little quick driving video, or I'll catch at least a couple clips because coming down the road, she's mean and nasty and sounds amazing. Got pretty much the final, final punch list for this one. And we'll get everything put together to wrap this one up for the customer. And another really nice one going their direction. Got parts in for this one, and it will be going up in there pretty soon. And a lot of you guys, some of this is repetitious, but some of you guys aren't watching every video. So also, Alvin got this one detailed up yesterday. We're getting ready to pull it out. We did a couple little quick shots of it, I think for TikTok or YouTube short or something yesterday that a lot of people seem to love. But Again, the story behind this truck is good customer made this kind of a temporary truck. It was a great truck, but put a ton of money in it, and then ended up seeing one of our frame off builds similar to this red truck here, very similar to this red truck, and had to have it. So all the stuff that was done is fresh, very fresh. And again, I know I've said it before, but AJ's probably put about half the miles that this truck got put on it himself, cruising it back almost an hour from the man's house. And it's not that these trucks, you know, shouldn't be driven an hour, but that's a decent drive for a truck like this. They did a great job, AC working, stereo working, and it looks great cleaned up in detail because it had been dusty, dirty, and nasty. So let's jump over here real quick, walk through the shop, see if there's anything else. Yeah. So we've had no rain for at least 2 weeks. That truck went to the fair, we had no rain. And I wasn't going to put the bucket on at the fair. I said, you know what, we'll sacrifice the thing getting filthy for not looking silly with a bucket on it at the fair, because a lot of people were taking pictures with it. But I told AJ, park it near the building, because usually we got to keep a trickle charger. It's got crazy stereo. Like this thing's got 40 speakers and amps, and it's unfreaking believable. But the stack comes out of the hood, and if you don't cover it, water gets down in there, and then when you start it, you have black stuff all over the truck. So we put the bucket on, and sure as crap, it rained last night, and it rained pretty good. We needed it badly. We got pictures sent to the guy on the 80 here. He's a repeat customer, and I think probably going to go for it, but you guys have not ever seen this one cleaned, and it did get washed and cleaned finally, and turned out really good. Brown bear got moved, so it was not in the weather last night. And I'm going to show you guys something that we do not recommend at all. This is a 6-lug truck with an 8-lug adapter. And for those that don't understand how that works, it's a 2-piece deal. So you bolt on one piece, then you bolt this piece on, and it goes on here. So this person obviously had some 8-lug wheels they wanted to use. And for, say, a show situation, that's probably acceptable. But an adapter like that has a lot of, they're not moving parts, but parts that could move and come loose and cause problems. So not really a fan of that. But while I wanted to walk over here, and I noticed that and I forgot about that, we're getting ready to take them off, obviously, is there's your steering when you're looking at a normal steering system that you don't normally see, because we usually have crossover on everything. But that is what your normal left-hand steering of a square body. Comes out the box, immediately goes down, and immediately goes to the wheel. So your leverage and your turn-in radius and a lot of things are tremendously affected. You don't get a chance to see that really up close very often, but there it is. And your little tip for guys that are lifting a truck, if you're lifting a truck and you are putting this steering arm on, this is raised. It's not normal. Normal would be pretty much almost down a little bit. Soak these for weeks ahead of time, because these little conical things do not like to come out, and they will be a nightmare for you. So soak those with penetrant oil, WD-40, whatever you can get your hands on, long ahead of you taking it apart for the lift kit. But that is the part you're going to struggle with the most by far. And then this truck also, somebody wanted to cheat the system a little bit, and you can see they have stacked up some springs underneath, and in the back of this truck it has a crazy amount of block. So we are going away from that. Also, the reason this one's sitting on wood is because we didn't have anybody in the shop yesterday, and we had a fella come by that actually we bought this truck from, and the tires and wheels that they had stuck on here, we did not want with the truck. So we were switching it up, so he had a jack and some wood. So, yeah, so that's how it got, yeah, we got a lift right here. But again, he was unsupervised a little bit, and Thursdays are our down day in the shop. It's actually the day that going forward we will be cleaning, and usually during the summer that's the day we do our grass and other things. So we try to keep things from overlapping, and you do need a down day when you have a working shop. This shop is not as working as it maybe should be sometimes, but I do want to show you something else. AJ's going in the cardboard recycling business over here. This is what we go through in some cases, maybe in a few days time, just getting enough gear put together to equip a tow truck. Unfortunately, it all comes in boxed up. We don't put it in their box because we want people to see what it is. So, you know, this would have been a chain. There would have needed to be 4 of these. Fire extinguishers, the fire extinguisher boxes. Sometimes we mount them. Sometimes there's a mount and we just replace them. Straps, chains. It takes a lot to equip a tow truck. What was that? Flares, yeah. It takes a lot to equip a tow truck. So he comes over here. Usually the tow truck's backed in. He pulls the stuff off. He strips it out the box and goes over there. So this looks like an absolute disaster, but this is basically quickly equipping some tow trucks. And when you have, yeah, it is. So we've had some tow trucks go out of here. So it's we keep the shelves. Yeah, we keep the shelves strapped. We keep the shelves stocked pretty good. Straps, chains, binders. And another thing makes us a little unique. Usually when you get a truck, you just get this care package and that's what you get. Tow guys are very specific with what they want. And not only the tow guys, but the users of the tow truck. So a lot of times when the driver is here, AJ will come over with him and be like, hey, you know, do you use the straps to go over the tires? Or you use the straps to go through the tires? Do you like the ones with the hooks on the end or you like the ones with the chains on the end? So we try to keep a whole lot of variety of different stuff. But when I tell my employees and then we tell customers sometimes, this shelf area here typically has about $300,000 worth of stuff on it. I know that seems ridiculously crazy, but that's the case. And that's what we have to keep in stock to be able to equip these trucks. And then there's days where I have to go online and order things and I have to refresh our orders. Some things we have on a subscription and we get from a equipment company. But those days are days that aren't real fun because when all that crap arrives, we got to unbox it from the big boxes and put them on the shelf in the small boxes. And then we have to use through it. And then one day AJ says, hey, Jeb, we're out. And then I got to reorder all over again. So it's the world of things in that industry are kind of crazy. And of course, some of it is specific stuff too, is the way it adds up. Because some people will look at this and be like, you can't buy enough straps to make that. A lot of this stuff is in the ditch gear. This is a dolly mount, a very specific dolly mount with a lock. So a lot of the stuff in the boxes is items like that. You got the in the ditch pieces that go above toolboxes. You've got rails and things for dollies. It's a ton of stuff. And we are an in the ditch supplier. So if you guys, we don't do as much as we used to, but we can equip a truck completely. So if you take a truck and say, hey, I like the above the box storage, the trash can mounts, dolly mounts, you know, other things, we can take one and add it and do it any which way possible. Adding strobes. There's that set of rails we've been looking for. The rails, side rails for the bed. Yep. I just caught those out of the corner of my eye. I've been looking at those for a truck that we need to stick them back on. And David is going through and organizing the bolt bins and everything else. This was, as I spoke about in one of the things before about a buyout. I wish we could buy out a tow company or a tow equipment company. That would be super handy instead of a bunch of floats and other things. But we did do a buyout with a hardware / parts store. That's what a lot of this stuff is. So he's going through and organizing bolts and nuts and things like that because believe it or not, he'll spend hours doing this. But when you're working on a project and you have to sift through packages, or worst off, if you have to leave the facility and go somewhere, getting behind happens ridiculously fast. So it'll take a little while to organize this stuff. It'll take a little while to put it all on the wall. But when you can walk up and go down and grab what you need and go right back to the truck, especially on the tedious stuff that we do around here, it's impeccably important. Versus, like I said, if you got to leave, get in a truck, go somewhere, I don't care if it's 2 minutes down the road, it's going to take 10 to 15 minutes because you got to stop, you got to pay, you got to find it, you got to get it, then you got to get back in the truck, you got to get back here. So I don't know. I don't know. One of the wackiest, weirdest guys. We see it all. I tell you guys, we see it all. We really do see it all in this. But you know, we try to make it easy. Let's go ahead and get this knocked out. This will be another part of the day. But being as it's Friday, things could change real fast. This square body's not yet online, and I'm going to re-emphasize, because it seems like every day, well, it's not seems like every day, it is every day that we get a new call or a new customer that says, hey, I'm a new follower. I never knew about you guys, but I saw a TikTok, or I saw a YouTube short, or I saw Christians putting a lot of stuff on Facebook and Instagram all of a sudden. That's helping a lot. But so I got to explain how we do things. So I'm going to try to run through it. Why is this truck not online? There's nothing wrong with this truck. It's a 76, if I remember correctly. It's a crew cab, 3+3. It's got a small lift. It's got crossover steering. It's got a big block. The big block motor and transmission are fairly fresh. Now, this one is online. But why is it online and not like super exciting? Because right now, this is our bare specimen. At any other dealership, what you see is what you get. Now, this is also a big block, fuel injected, 1991. The very newest and last of the square bodies. Why haven't you done anything with it yet, JW? Well, we can make it well, there's another square body back there. It'll be a good example. If we get a second before I get interrupted, we'll go back to it. That's sold, and that's becoming a project for a new, very good customer of ours. This one, it could be on 12 inches. It could be on 4 inches. It could be completely freaking stock. It doesn't matter. What we enjoy with these trucks is doing the punch list. The punch list is usually the thing that tires everybody out, and don't get me wrong, it tires us out too, but it's what sets us apart from the next guy. Next guy sells you this truck, says, hey, it's 50 grand. It's 50 grand. That's period. That's it. Take it or leave it, whatever it is. If you say, Jeb, I want this truck and I've got an X amount of budget and here's what I think I want to do, no problem. We'll walk you through it. We'll tell you what's good about that plan, what's not good about that plan, and that's just our opinion. You can pick what you want and do how you want. This truck here, my idea is just to change out the wheel to an offset Mickey Thompson or some type of wheel. It's already got a great tire. It's already got a great stance. But you might want it stock. So sometimes we don't like to get ahead of ourselves. This truck could be back to bone stock. No problem. Somebody might want it for their farm. So we try to allow some creativity, and we try not to, because once I've spent the money to do something different, then I have to change it again. There is labor cost, and there are some other expenses that they do add up, unfortunately, and they do cost the consumer. So every now and then we'll leave one well enough alone. When people do call and they say, hey, I'm a new guy, I'm not familiar with what y'all guys do, that's when we try to kind of take them through the gauntlet of explaining. But hopefully this video will explain that to you. Nothing is set in stone. If you want to change something, if you want to add air conditioning, if you want to make it bigger, make it smaller. Here recently we've been doing a ton of exhaust. This truck's an air-conditioned truck, but they did not finish hooking the AC up when they did the serpentine belt conversion. I knew that. The man that I bought it from told me. That's no problem. We're going to perfect that. We haven't done it yet. There's really no end to what we offer and have options for. We've got projects in right now. Matter of fact, as soon as we sit down for our little morning team meeting, I've got one to bring up about a choice of a name for a particular truck we're building. And I've updated you guys, but I've been kind of keeping y'all in the dark about the Experiment 2.0, what we've done so far, because it has changed tremendously in the last couple of weeks, or in the last week, actually. So we're going to give you an update on that truck and what's going on with it and all that. But it's a crew cab 3+3, and it's getting a pretty major checklist of things, both cosmetic, mechanical, suspension, etc. And it's going to be a pretty cool piece. And he's actually going to use it, yes, in the city, which is pretty crazy. This truck's going to be used in Washington, D.C., parking on the side of the road as a daily. The brown one. The brown one. No, the brown one. The brown one, yeah. No, he's not another one. No, not another one. No, not yet anyway. Well, we are talking about another vehicle, but not another square body this go round. But good customer of ours, and we're kind of working through, like I said, some possibilities on another thing that'll be kind of cool too, because it's another very unusual vehicle. So look at this truck, guys. Understand, no, it's not on the website. Why is it not on the website? Or why is that one on the website? Actually, that one does have a price. Why are some things on there without a price? Because the next step is to go to the off-road shop or the service shop, and that's when they have full ability to be creative and do what they want. But that stuff isn't free. So we'll take a little break. I'm gonna find my sunglasses. We're gonna take the step side, Maroon. Seems like, oh, the exhaust shop. We got to swap there and the window tint shop. So we got some running to do this morning. Be back at you shortly. The exhaust cutouts. Little BMW has arrived. X3 just got serviced and inspected. Cool little crossover SUV, and I'm pretty positive I heard right. I think this thing is gonna be 12. So if you're looking for kind of a luxury car on a super good price point, and it is clean. Christian should have it on the website. That's a good, clean little car. And we did just get everything wrapped up on the Polaris Ranger there. What a cool unit. Let me show you inside. Super clean. And talk about something being basically like brand new with every upgrade you could imagine. It was a little dusty. Been sitting in the building over there, but this is the way to go play in luxury. Check out those tie rods. What a cool unit. Headed to Arizona. Should have a few updates on some rollbacks. I did just tell Mike I got a 20, I think it's 26 International extended cab. Getting ready to be here, a white one. So if anybody's looking for a basically brand new unit to update, I think it's got a couple thousand miles on it. And we did get the fresh flag. Mike took care of getting a fresh flag ordered. The last one, the storm took it away. It had a small tear in it, and the storm took it away. So we finally got it hung up this morning. No downtime at all. We got to have that flag flying. It's a decent little windy day, so the flags are flying everywhere. Looking pretty cool on the antennas. Palm trees are loving it. Got the any level back from the fair. Christian out here. I think Christian's done caught a summertime cold. He's a little under the weather. We'll see if he makes it through today. And Jeep customer, he liked it. He loved it, actually. Laid under it, brought a blanket, got underneath of it, checked everything out. Everything was what it was supposed to be. But he did not realize, most people don't realize, what these older Jeeps drive like. They do not drive great. So, you know, it does this little shifting and maneuvering around, and it is nothing wore out. That was one thing he said. He's like, dude, everything is new. And look, U-bolts are new, tie rods are new, steering stabilizer's new, shocks are new, sway bar links are new. So it's definitely nothing wore out. It's just these little short wheelbase leaf spring Jeeps do not ride that great. And the shorter wheelbase ones ride even worse. But it does what it's supposed to do, and it's tight, but they just move around on the road a lot. So he did pass on it. So the Renegade is still available, zero pressure. He's like, I just don't think I can bring myself to it. He was talking to Mike. Mike said, hey, no problem. I did walk out here and show him, because we had a square body sitting here. Some upgrades you could do, you know, this thing could lose the sway bar, get a track bar, go to high steer. There's some things that can be done. Heck, some people coil over them. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. But he was very appreciative, and, you know, he was like, damn, y'all, no pressure. Like, nope, zero pressure. You don't want it, that's fine. But anybody that hadn't seen this Jeep, lift kit's new, tires and wheels are new, best top seats, brand new Bluetooth retro style radio, carpet. The paint's not perfect, but it's a cool Jeep. I dare say probably 100 miles. You can still read the numbers on the tires. And it's 16.9. So looking for a little sporty Jeep Renegade, affordable with a bunch of fresh components, that would be the one. You ready? AJ just had a little meltdown. I thought something done got him. It was a spider. He's deceased over there currently. AJ doesn't like any spiders. He about jumped out of his pants though. Days across the road closing up. Friday's just about a wrap. We did get a super nice 4Runner in. We got a BMW in. I think I lightly showed you guys a Land Rover, but we do have a customer on that, one of our regulars, that I got to get him some figures on his trade-in, and I think we might have something on that. Speaking of that, I haven't even told him yet, but I think we have a unanimous decision on a square body build of his. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to hold that till Monday. I do want to show you all the truck a little bit and update you. We spoke about it this morning a little bit. But a nice 4Runner. Low mileage, late model, TRD off-road. It's got a leveling / suspension kit on it. Fuel wheels, 275 tires. Drives like a dream. I made a loop around the interstate with it real quick. Got the Yakima rack. And it's got the little ladder deal on the back. Clean truck. Couple little rock chips across the front, but that's all you can complain about on this truck. And he's a picky guy. So low mileage, nice truck. Long-term customer. Tan, full top Blazer sold. 74 Blazer sold. So thank you guys that all reached out. Nice bike. That Blazer was a popular Blazer, but it is sold. Waiting some finishing touches, and we'll ship that out. AJ's got a couple. I swear this phone is going to have to be replaced. So a lot of people will be on the river tomorrow. If you guys are out and about, you want to come down to the river, we'll be at the marina about 9 o'clock on. They got some people out bringing some boats from out of the area, just a little fun run around there doing some things. So we'll be meeting at the marina. If you don't have a boat, you want to watch from the shore, feel free. This is an open invite. The pool will be open. One of the last weekends, the pool will be open. You can hang out around the pool, watch what's going on. There'll be a little raft up. Should be a good time. And like I said, Doug at the marina, the shop mechanic, is got some people he's invited from out of town, and they'll kind of show off what they got as far as boats go. So I might even get a chance to put my boat in the water for the second time of the summer. Oh, what else we got, AJ? Got the monster truck unloaded. We didn't mess up nothing. Got the trailer put away. All the trailers are put away. That's the first time. Grass got cut today. Alvin came in, got things caught up, cleaned up. It's been a good week, guys. Been a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yep. So cruise control works. So from a man out there, you know who you are. They got the Brown 78 at home and loving it. You got a K30 here, and it is sounding good. AJ brought it back from the exhaust shop. I hadn't even had time to text you yet. Exhaust is done. Sounds amazing. Cruise control works. That was awesome. AC works. Everything runs like it's supposed to. So you're going to have a nice truck at the liner shop, right? Cool. Getting the liner done. So I think we're almost at the bottom of that checklist on that one. That's been a cool build. It actually got lowered a little bit. Most time, they go bigger. This man wanted to go a little smaller. Still lifted, just not as big. Good friggin' looking factory 1-ton big block V30. You knew I was getting ready to mess it up. V30. So cool truck. Not a V10, V30. So it's not the engine. It's not a 30-cylinder engine. It's not a V30 cylinder engine. It's not 3 V10s hooked together. Though years ago, I got so much marine stuff to bring you guys. We used to, for you don't know, basically had a TV show about boating, lifestyle of boating, whatever. Powerboat Nation. So sold it off prior to COVID, got it back. So got so much stuff we can do with it again now and explore with it. But for years I was dormant about it because it was gone. Probably signed some papers about compete clauses and stuff. So I really just didn't even talk about it. But now it's back. It's ours again, so I can talk about it. And so many things, like a V16 was literally 2 LSs put together that they debuted at one of the boat shows, and we did a whole thing about it. I'll find the clip. It worked. Like, it was all put together, 2 separate motors combined, hooked together, made it work. Don't think it ever really got in a boat. It was kind of a prototype deal, but that was pretty neat. A lot of stuff in the marine industry, and I don't do much. Somebody asked me today, actually Matt texted me. He said, hey, you don't screw with boats no more? I'm like, yeah, I just don't have a lot of time. Because that was my thing for a long time. It was boats. Like about this time right now, I'd be ready, itching to get in the truck and head north or head south with the boat to go to a boating event and literally finish the boating event on Saturday, get back in the truck, come back home for Sunday, catch up, and come to work on Monday. So it was, and I'm talking about going to Kentucky or Florida or Texas. We did some driving, did some serious driving. So, and a lot of trailer stories that go along with that. A lot of trailer wheel stories and no wheel stories and dragging wheel stories and all that fun stuff. So anyway, guys, thanks for tagging along. It's been a great Friday, been a great week. New inventory. If you got your old lady looking for something, your wife, you're not watching this, and don't call your old lady, you might get in trouble. But that BMW is a great deal. The 4Runner is a great deal. If that doesn't go through, that's an amazing deal as well. So we got some cool SUVs that we don't normally have. The any level, pretty much ready to let her go. It's been a fun truck. It is on the website. I do have 3 different tire and wheel combinations it could have on it. So, you know, let us know on that too. And excursions, big boy, big family trucks. And we got some updated stuff next week. I promise you guys some tow truck content. We do have some tow truck stuff lined up. We're gonna get Mike back out here. AJ's gonna show some of the equipment. We're gonna show you how we equip our trucks and how we go through our trucks. Alvin's cleaning up a couple of them now, a couple of the wreckers. So we're gonna be in great shape for that video as well. We did have to clip it. I said have a safe and happy holiday. I don't know that it's a holiday. It feels like a holiday because I'm not coming to work tomorrow, but I hope you have a safe and happy weekend. And we also got a few things caught up this week. We had a couple things that we were slacking on. One customer's truck got out of here without some finishing touches, such as the wheels being polished. Another truck, the tags didn't get on it before it left because the transporter showed up early. A couple little things. We're human. Things do happen, guys. And we got the tags mailed out. They beat the truck there, thank goodness. We got wheels polished up. We still got to do some detailing on the truck, but we're going to take care of that. I'm sure there was some other things, but we'll get past it. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.